G'day viewers, we're here on Cathcart Circle. We're in free roam. There will be no other trains. We are here to do some speed runs. My name is Train Simulator Driver, and I have a YouTube channel. As you can tell, it's spelt like this. Behold. Alright, let's get out of here. In case you haven't noticed, I'm an Aussie, and it would be an understatement to say I know a lot about Scottish trains or Cathcart. But what I do know is that how fast you can get around the circle. Got a bit of experience with that. I'm going to start from this platform today. I've never used this one before, so we will see how we go. There won't be any other trains because they just get in the way, to be honest. So we're going to spawn a new train, and we're going to start with the native, the 314, the indigenous car to this route. And are you going to let me spawn it there? Yes, you are. Actually, this platform's very short, isn't it? Actually, we might just change this because some of the trains I want to run might be a touch long. So let's pop over here and jump onto this platform instead. This seems like a good idea. Safe to do that, of course, because there are no other trains. So we will start every run from up here near the little train, near the signals, just to be fair. And we will spawn our train here. So we'll get as close to this as we can with each one. 314208 with the blurry numbers. Lovely. Now, the idea of this is to get around the Cathcart Circle as fast as you can. And it's an interesting little genre of game. You need to put the safety systems on, but the setup time for the train is not counted in your run because it can be a pain in the bum. See if we can throttle. Yep, throttle's working. Brake is working. Okay, let's put that on step one. Good. Let's get some headlights happening. Instrument lights, safety systems on, and we'll acknowledge those. I am using my TSCX controller. Let's set up for the run. I will be running a stopwatch for each one, but I don't have a way of showing it to you because for whatever reason, OBS can't see the application. There we go. We want to go into Glasgow platform 5. Won't let me. Okay, we'll go into Glasgow platform. What was that, 14? I think that was 14. All right, we have got a green signal. We are ready to rock and roll. So let's start the timer, release the brakes, and get a move on. You need to get around the circle without derailing and without spatting. Derailing's not too hard to avoid. You can go roughly 3 times the speed limit generally. I've done a few of these. The 314 is a pretty stable little beast. So we're starting with the 314. And of course, we're ignoring that as we head over here. I'll actually be in Glasgow later in the year because we are, good lady wife and I are coming back over to the UK. Actually, I think it's her first time. It's my third. So she's coming with this year. There'll be a whole lot less trains than usual. There'll still be some. And more castles and things like that, the kind of stuff that she's interested in. So we'll have an excellent time exploring together. Lots of green AWS noises, which I like to hear. We've come down the correct side of the loop, so this will be fun. We have a feather. We're probably starting to push our luck on the speed at 70 miles an hour, so I think I'll come off the throttle because this is going to be a bit rough. Might watch the train go through. Whee! Now, the reason I'm doing it in 3 roam is because the timetable on Cathcart's actually quite busy, and the buggers get in the way, which is a bit annoying. We're just coming up on the 2-minute mark so far for this run, and we're at the, I think, the second station. So we're doing okay. We're doing okay from a run perspective. Now, the final train that I'll do this, at the time I'm recording, is not actually released. So I have it in early access, and I'm pretty sure we'll have to run it in diesel mode because I think it needs 15 kV from memory, and I don't think these power lines are 15 kV. I think these are a lower voltage DC, just judging by the sound of the 314. So we'll run it in diesel mode. It'll be fine. The big Avanti Cucumber will have fun on these corners, I'm sure, because it doesn't tilt. So we'll see if we can get it round at all. Never tried. Today will be the first attempt. Alright, we do have a pretty hard corner coming up, so once we get to this 40 zone, I'm going to go hard onto the brakes. Just for the 20 corner. Here we go. Hard onto the brakes. And off, because we should be fine now. We're doing well. 60 mile an hour should be adequate. Round we go. I usually kid that the stuff in my glass is juice, but today it really is. So there you go. We're going round to the sea, surprisingly, onto the Cathcart. And should be able to go back to flat stick now. Back of our train should be through all that mess down there. Let's have a look. Yep, we are. We're only a 6-car train, so it's not much of it. We are going as fast as this little beast can go. Well, it's trying its heart out. We're just coming up on the 4-minute mark now for this run. It's been such a long time since I've done this, I can't actually remember how quickly I get this around the circle, but I know it's not very long. So we'll have time for a few runs. We may have some failures. That's okay. Failures will stay in the recording. We're doing okay from a circle perspective if I quickly check the map. So we have come around the bottom part and we are now heading back up to the top. Almost hitting 80 mile an hour here. We certainly can't do that through the last part because we'll end up failing the possum born rule and we'll be upside down. Possum Born was an excellent rally driver until that day that he wasn't. I think that's the end of our run showing there because I wouldn't be expecting any red signals in free roam, so I'm... Unless it's... Oh, I know what it might be. It might be an approach control. We are coming back up to the top now, so I will get off the juice. Because we have hit 90 mile an hour. And at the top of this hill, I'm going to have to go very hard on the brakes, or we're going to do bad things. Looks like the signals are clearing as we come up to them, which is good. Track monitor is very handy for speed runs. Don't know what we did before we got it. We're just letting it naturally slow down now. Soon we're going to have to go hard on the anchors. Right about... Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Now. And off. I don't know why it derails so readily on this stretch of track, but it does. Got to be under 70 through here. And we'll probably just let her coast the rest of the way in, to be honest. Because we're going to come into the manky tracks with lots of bouncing and jouncing. Although we're on the correct side to minimise that, but 60 mile an hour is pretty good. Signals have cleared all the way in. And because I don't want to crash, we are going to have to start braking. Whoa, whoa, that was rough, but we made it. Ooh, are we going to stop before we hit the end? Geez, it's going to be close. Ooh, we're either going to just give it a love tap, or we're going to, I think we're going to give it a love tap. Bonk. But we didn't derail, and the time is 7 minutes and 26 seconds on the nose. So let's write that down. 314 726. Okay. So let's go again. Let's put focus back on here, get back on the map, and we will delete this train because we want to make sure they all come into the same. So we came into platform 14, didn't we? Let's remove this train. Dunk. We fall on the tracks because we were sitting in it because we're silly. And we started from all the way over here. So we have to go running over here again. You'd never do this in real life. Don't ever cross the tracks, especially without looking. But I'm pretty safe because we're in free roam and there are no trains at all apart from mine. So I think next up, what will we try? What will we try? You know what we're going to try? We're going to try a class 20, I think. Where is it? Drew. There it is. Okay. And plus a 101. That's probably as close as we're going to get. Or we could have the nuclear flasks. You know what? It's got to be done, doesn't it? The nuclear flasks by 3. That'll be about the same length and about the same weight. Ah, the 20. My favourite noisy little beast. I've actually driven one of these for reals. Can we get in? Thank you. Lovely. Alright. And let's go wacko on the wacko and wacko on the other wacko. Come on. There we go. And in the big chair. Master key in. Are the levers going to work with this thing? Yes, they are. So we can release. And throttle works. Good. And let's get it into forwards. Acknowledge that. Now, I've never tried this one. Never. Not for this, anyway. Headlights? Yes. Day. Very good. Okay. Maybe we should run our hazard lights. But let's we've got some brakes are off. I'm probably going to roll at the moment. Let's put them in initial. And let's set ourselves a little path. And we went into this one here, didn't we? Platform 14. Come on, let me choose it. Oh, come on, let me choose it. There we go. Right. Are we ready? I think we are. Driving a class 20. 3 nuclear flasks, 2 class 20s in fact. Okay. Are we ready? Let's start the timer. We've got to clear it first. And go. Brakes off. Give it some throttle. And why is nothing happening? Why is nothing happening? Why is nothing happening? Oh, this is going to be a terrible run. Locomotive brakes at 0. They're running, but the brakes have not released. Why not? We're in forwards, aren't we? Yep. Can we acknowledge the debris? Ah, the brakes are releasing this time. There we go. Well, you know, we lost 38 seconds mucking around there. Thanks, class 20. I did say fails would stay in the video, though. There we go with the little beast. Let's have some window action. This is surely a responsible way to treat nuclear flasks. Welcome to Bridge Sim World. Don't those 20s sound grouse? Oh, and of course, hang on. What's that? What's that, Greta?
How dare you?
That's right. That's smoke. I don't think we're in danger of accelerating too quickly in the 20s, but, you know, we'll see how we go. I can already tell you we're not going to beat the Class 314 because we lost 38 seconds at the start and we're not accelerating anywhere near as quick as it did. So far the 314 will be in the lead. These are super bouncy since they got their suspension. So we'll keep going around the loop. I just sort of super bouncy, so you know we're going to have to run a pacer. We can't not run a pacer around the super bouncy loop. So by this point, the 314, I think, was reaching about 60 miles an hour. Now this corner's pretty rough, so we'll see how the 20s take it. In their stride. Lovely. It's like it wasn't even there. But then again, they are doing about 20 mile an hour slower. Weirdly, it looks like I have brakes on again. But, we're moving, and we're not slowing down, so whatever. I don't think we'll get to peg the little speedo on this thing, but we'll just stay on the juice for this one. As we go through here. 3 minutes 30. This. Why does it think the locomotive brake is on? Oh, it thinks the loco brake's on. Right, it was. Well, that'll make us speed up. Should we give the Class 20 another chance? Nah. Told ya. Fail, stay in. So we shall cruise along. There's been a mod recently for the Class 20 and the nuclear flasks, which if you're on PC, lets you open up the flask and see the nothing that's inside. Brilliant. I was speaking with Adam from Skyhook, and they did actually anticipate people modding that, so they did model the inside of the flask. Do you know, interestingly, I don't think having the brake on would have made much difference because we still haven't hit 60. So clearly she overpowered her little brakes. We have got that mean corner coming up, but I'm actually not going to slow down because these are Class 20s and they are simply magic. And they're also only doing 60 mile an hour, so I'm not expecting too many dramas on this corner. But you never know. You never know. Here it comes. You can just hear Fozzie Bear in the background going, waka, waka, waka. Big corner. Big corner. Whee. Ah, look at that. Barely a wobble. Ooh, more of one when you're in a cab, though. Alright, we're coming up onto 5 minutes and 21 seconds now, so this is not the fastest run on the planet, not by a long shot. Should I handicap it because I ran halfway round with the brakes on? Nah. Too bad, 20. Even though you've got to 68 miles an hour, which is pretty impressive. We are doing okay. I did learn in these things that when you're throttling off, you need to put the throttle back to the on position and wait for the amp meter, which is that left-hand gauge, to drop below 500 before you go to the off position. Otherwise, you can end up welding the contactors together, which means you can't actually stop powering unless you shut the diesel down. Which maybe that's what the panic button's for. We are fast approaching the part where I will have to think about slowing down. 76 miles an hour. How good are the 20s brakes? Clearly not great, because, you know, we We may give those buffers more than a love tap. We may come into them flat stick and watch nuclear flasks fly everywhere, in which case it will be disqualified because you're not allowed to derail. Ooh, 90 mile an hour, it's feeling a bit rough, so let's start dropping the power off now because we're going to derail if we do not. Amps below 500 into the off position. We are going to have to go onto the brakes fairly soon. We survived that corner. I'm quite surprised. But we won't survive the ones up here, so let's get some brakes on. They're not really doing much. That's slow enough to be okay, I think. But let's put I think we're going to have to put a little bit of brakes on and just leave them on. Because we are going to come in too hot. We are only just staying on the tracks at the moment. Just managing it. Alright, brakes off. 60 mile an hour will be fine. Gravity will suck as it usually does and reduce our speed coming up the hill anyway. And then I think we'll be okay to come into the top of the yard at this speed. But I am going to have to slow down fairly promptly because I don't like the way this is wobbling. So I think we'll just go on to initial application and stay there now. Because when we go through these points up here, it's going to be Wiggle City. You might even want to do it on the outside in case it's funny. Lots more brakes, lots more brakes, lots more brakes. Look out, city of Glasgow. The bimber is arriving with the binky. Full brakes. Full service. I'm not feeling confident here. We're still doing 35 mile an hour. No, we might be alright actually. We might be okay. In fact, I'm gonna reduce the brakes. Look at that. We're even doing the speed limit as we come in here. Which means we need to power out of the brakes. We've just gone past 9 minutes on this run, so it was 2 minutes slower than the 314. Alright, just let her crawl the rest of the way. Amps below 500, off. And I think we will go full on the brakes now. Full service, full service. So it's not emergency, just full service, because emergency does actually stop slower than full service. Go figure. And we will stop the timer there at 9 minutes and 30 seconds. So that was 2 minutes and 4 seconds slower than the 314. I can't say I'm massively surprised at that, but it could have done better had I not left with the brakes on. I think that might have been a little bit of an idea as we race over and set up for the next one, which is going to be a class 142 pacer. I'll have to think about which one to use too, because some of them are faster than others. Alright, up here next to the little train cab, and we shall burn. It's 142, isn't it? 142, 147, 142. Why don't we go... That's probably one of the newest ones. Transport for Wales. And can we have 6? That's about the same length. 6 paces. Actually, that's longer, but it's probably as long as the 314. There we go. 142006. Oh, it's a good thing the setup time's not included because, of course, this is infuriating. Unlock it. Open it. Push the button. Open it. Close it. Lock it. Get in. Turn it on. Lock it. There's a button somewhere. Close it. Blue one. See? It's a good thing that's not included. Alright, let's get in the big chair. Master key. We want some headlights. Let's put those around to D for day. It's not D for Dave. And okay, the brakes going to work. Yes, they are. Throttle going to work. Yes, it is. Magnificent. All right. You never quite know with the TSCX how it's going to go. Uses the wonderful software by Cobra, which if you're having any dramas with it, do reinstall it and get rid of all of its XML files because it... Right. We are ready to go. Let me clear the clock and start the counter and go. Brakes off. And power. And power. What haven't I done? Oh, yeah. I didn't have the safety systems on, but why aren't we powering? Why is it so? Why aren't we powering? Does the pace not... Oh, look what I've done. What a... Right. Okay, we've lost 35 seconds again because I'm an idiot. Alright, that's the idiot tax. Let's get her underway. The bouncy, nodding donkey pacer. It's noisy enough already, but let's get the window open. So next time round, check the DRA, the driver's reminder appliance. It's there to remind you to not drive through red signals. Didn't actually realise it came on by default in this train, but you know, in free roam, weird things do happen. That's why I wasn't used to it. We are accelerating relatively well, certainly better than the Class 20s did, but not as good as the 314, which would have been up to 60 miles an hour by now. We have Vigilance, the driver's vigilance device. That will annoy us all the way around. It's kind of the English version of CIFA. Now, of course, the English version of CIFA being nice and restrained, they just go, "Are you all right, mate?" It's not like the German version where it goes, "Are you all right?" And we have the feather. We have reached 61 miles an hour. We shall see how the nodding donkey goes through these curves here. It could be a little bit of a challenge. Let's look from the back. Ooh, wobbly, wobbly, wobbly. But we made it. Super wobbly there. Ooh, look at it, corner. 69 miles an hour. We certainly are getting up on the speed here. We're actually doing not too bad compared to the 314, to be honest. I'm a little surprised at the speed of this thing. Doing all right. I reckon that 30-odd seconds at the start might kill us, though. You know you're in trouble when the train's actually leaning the wrong way in the curve. We have got that hard turn coming up, so let's come off the throttle. We want to get it down to about 60 mile an hour for that turn. And on the brakes, step 3. And off. Back on the juices, but not too hard. Let's watch from the back again as we cross the diamond crossing up here. Back on the full juice now, because by the time it accelerates, it'll be all over. See, watch him lean the wrong way. What? Oh, I don't know how it made that, but it did. We are maxed out on the throttle again. Oh, I'm surprised that got round that corner. I think we're going to have to go slower through the yard in this, or it's going to be a little bit of a disaster. Because she's a bit wobbly. Or as the phrase Jamie introduced me to, jubbly wubbly, which just seems appropriate. He did explain what it meant once, I can't remember. Or some advertising phrase. Vigilance. We have hit 80 mile an hour as well. It's quite impressive for the little pacer. We will have to start slowing down soon though. Ooh, this corner could be a bit of a challenge in the pacer. Ooh. Oh, made it. Made it. A little bit of a ring tensioning moment there. And we are going downhill. Keep the power on for the moment. We're not accelerating even though we're going down a steep hill. And I think we'll come off now. Ooh. I don't even want to look. Yes, I do. Woo. That is the curve that takes many a train out. And this next one as well. Better put some brakes on, I think. Because we are going a tad quick for the next part. Oh, oh, it stayed on. Come down to 60 mile an hour. All right, let's get off the anchors. Six minutes 51. We are not going to beat the 314. But we are going to beat the Class 20 if it stays on the tracks. Probably could have gone through there a little bit quicker, actually. Do you know, I reckon with that 30 seconds at the start that I lost from the TRA, I actually think this thing could have equalised with the 314. I'll probably regret putting the power back on. Alright, we know there's some violent points coming. We know how much this thing rocks and rolls, so my judgment is getting the better of me and I'm putting some brakes on. Because we got some wobbly shit coming up. I think that'll be okay. Come off the brakes. 40 mile an hour. We should make this, I think. Should. Looking okay. It's not looking too wobbly. It's a bit quick to be coming into a platform. Success. Okay, let's get some brakes on so we don't kiss the buffers too hard. Oh dear. Oh dear, I might have been a bit light on the brakes there. Oh, no, I actually think we're going to be okay, in fact. I'm going to take that one at 8 minutes and 28 seconds. So far we had the 314 at 7:26, the Class 20 with the flasks at 9 minutes 30, and the pacer at 8 minutes 28. We are halfway through this time slot. We have time to do some more. The 805 is going to be the last one. I'm telling you that now. I don't mind, by the way, if you stop a tad early. There's not that much point in accelerating that last bit. If it worries you, add 10 seconds to the time. But, you know, it's not in danger of any contention. If it was in danger of contention, then I'd think, yeah, it's probably a good thing. I think next up we'll use the train that never runs, the Cross Country 220. Alright, so cross country by itself, I think. That's 4 cars, but they're quite long, aren't they? So that's probably about the same length as what we've been dealing with. So let us pop him in. There it is. Pip would like to tell you that that's a nice shade of mauve, but I would tell you it's brown. It's pooey brown, like you get out of a baby. How did I do that? Right. Okay. Reverser. Where's the DRA on this thing? Has it got one? Is it pushed? No. And it's a single brake handle, so we are in brakes. Let's get some headlights happening. Let's just make sure the lever's going to work. It is. Very good. Okay. We got hazard lights on. Oh, days. There we go. Days. Let's set ourselves a path. It's maybe not as long as the others, but, you know, it'll be fine. Hop in here. Let's go platform 14 somewhere where it lets me. Come on. There we go. Okay. Are we ready in the class 220? Clearing the clock and starting the timer, and away we go. I hope. Brakes are releasing. Powering up. Do you know I've got train faults turned on? Oh no. Not that we've had one yet. But you know, I guess they just come into the fun, don't they? Never tried to take the 220 through here. If this was Harry Potter, it would be called the train that never moves. I'm sure we've all experienced the letdown of a cross-country train that's not going to come. I know I have. Twice. So, cross-country, if you're the only option for my next travel in the UK, I'm going to get a bus. Just saying. $62 miles an hour, smooth and quiet. The quietest one will be the 805 because it's a cucumber. Cucumbers don't make noise. But we will do the 805 last. I think in this time frame we've probably got time for... Ooh, we've been pushing it to get 3 more trains in. We might get this and another one before the 805. We'll see what the time looks like. Especially if I derail it because I'm going too fast, like now. Ooh, look at that middle car. It wanted to go. Oh, I'm not even going to look on this corner. I'm actually going to come off the juices because we are just getting too quick. As we come flying through here, we are at 1 minute 53. So it's pretty competitive. It's right up there with the 314, but it's less stable than the 314, which is interesting. I guess the 314 knows the tracks. It's a Scottish brute. It just strapped on its sporran and went, let's do this. What do Scottish men keep in their sporran? I don't know. Is that a question you can ask? I don't know. Pop it in the chat if you know. Is it a purse? Is it ceremonial? Oh, we've got that corner coming. I better get on some brakes. Oops, oops, I might have cut this little fine, I think. I don't know. I've got a good feeling about this. I've got a bad feeling about this, Luke. Nah, she'll be right. She'll be right, mate. All good. Gonna bot a durry. Here it goes. Ah, look at that. Smooth as silk. Back on the juice as we go. Full power. Certainly doesn't wobble like a pacer. It's a pity I can't run any of the tilt beasts around here because they won't have the right power. Does that matter in free roam? I think it does. I think you still have to run a train with the right power, don't you? I think it's only if you make a scenario with off the rails that ignores that. Back up to 80 mile an hour again. Smooth. It is a blisteringly hot day here in Melbourne. We are scheduled for 42 degrees Celsius today. We're not quite up there yet. We're in the mid-20s at the moment, and climbing, it is still quite early in the morning though. Oh, 100 mile an hour. How's that look? Smooth. Alright, we'll leave it at 100 mile an hour then, but I think we might just come off the juice because it's probably pushing our luck for these next bits. That feels tight. It feels too tight. Too tight. Class 220 didn't arrive. Are we surprised? No, we're not. So, class 220, 5 minutes in, disqualified. DQ, derailment. Okay. Could have been my doing though. I was going a little bit quick, but yeah, it felt okay. It felt okay. It's kind of like when you're, oh, what am I doing over there? We're going to go that way. It's kind of like when you're driving in a rally car. Can I go that way? Well, of course we can. Just do it this way. Because have had that privilege. Because a mate had a rally car and I took it out for a run. And it felt like it was always on the edge of letting go and never quite did. And I talked to him about that and he went, yeah, it's like that all the time until that moment that you spin. Yep. So the 220 didn't arrive. Can't say I'm very surprised at that. What are we going to try next though? What's next for the Cathcart Circle? Back next to the train. What's next? You know what? I do believe... Oh yes, the DRS one. It's pretty. I'll take that one. I don't have my mods installed at the moment with 7 sea cows. Yeah, okay. Got the 66108 in DRS livery. Up we get. 66 is not known for its speed or its stability. Alright. Put the reverser in and put it to forwards. The switches all appear to be on. We are in passenger mode, so I think we should probably fix that. Because we want... Actually, passenger brake's better, isn't it? No, let's leave it in passenger mode, because that'll be better brakes. What are you doing there? Why are you there? Anyway, it's fine. Headlights. And instrument lights are already on. Desk lights already on. Very good. I think we're ready to go. Let's just test our levers. So if we want to release the brakes, we can. Let's hold them there. And can we throttle? Yes, we can throttle. Lovely. Okay, we've done well so far on that. So set path. Enter. Number 14. Okay. Are we ready? No, because we don't have a light. There we go. We've got a light. Let's reset the timer and start the clock. Release the brakes the rest of the way. Let's get on some power. I know there's no point going hard out of the gate on this thing because it'll just slip. Oh, look at those beautiful Gretas erupting into the atmosphere. Excuse my mouse being so jerky today. I'm clearly going to have to clean its giant red ball. And if you think I'm kidding, I can't lift it up high enough to show you on the camera, but it is in fact a giant red ball. Alright, I think it's safe enough to notch up now and go on to notch 8. as we cruise across the river here. And our sea cows are loaded. Will that make them more stable or less stable? I don't know. I don't know. Already up to 35 mile an hour. We're a minute in. We're better than some of them. We're not as fast as the 314 though, I don't think. But you know, she's a freight beast. She's a pulling beast. She just gets that train and runs away with it. I think these things are actually an SD70 in disguise from memory. So for those of you screaming at the screen going, run something American, we are. But I am only going to run stuff that would be seen around the Great Britain in the speed runs. We don't want any foreign intruders. Because, you know, they're probably better. Or not. I could just imagine trying to get an ICE 3M around here with it screaming at me in German. Because they do that. Ooh. Ooh, at 70 mile an hour, that's a little harsh. That was a little harsh, that corner. I don't think this is going to bode too well. I think this thing might come off. We are going to respect its top speed, so we won't go over 75, because, you know, that's part of the game, is respect the top speed of the equipment. Should we do that, though? The way it's wobbling, I think yes. I think yes, or we're not getting around the circle. 2 minutes 44 seconds. Ooh. Ooh, that was... At least it's leaning the right way. Not like the Pacer. It's leaned the wrong way. Ooh, that's even worse. That's even worse. If this was a plane, the autopilot would be going bank angle, which is usually what it says right before your wings get torn off. I think we're going to come off the juice here. So I'm getting concerned for my personal safety here. We are coming up on the main corner too. Through the crossover. So we'll just leave the juice off. And I think we should go pretty... Oops, no, hard. I want to go hard on the brakes. Get it back down to 60. Alright, let's start releasing, because, you know, they don't release all at once, these ones. 60 should be okay, surely? Surely? Yeah, should be fine, mate. Let's watch her go through. Fastest ballast delivery ever. I reckon that's going to be fine. I reckon we can come back on the juice. Brief eruption of smoke there. Before settling down to some clean running. Ooh, listen to the sea cows groaning. They're not happy. Given they're probably normally about 40 mile an hour, it's not that surprised. Oh, hang on. You know what I don't have? There we go. Fixed it. We'll pretend they were on the whole trip. 4 minutes 42. It's actually not a bad run. Not a bad run at all. I don't think it's gonna beat the 314, but it's not a bad run. Now that she's got the wind in her sails. I'm just looking at the time. We've just crossed to 49 minutes, so we're going to have time for one more run and stay in the time frame. So we'll do this one. Next is the Avanti 805, which we will have to run in diesel mode. And I'm feeling a tremor in the force. So I'm coming off the juices now. I might have to have a quick drink before I cope with this stuff. And no, not vodka, surprisingly. Why are we Oh, this is the one with the bloody silent vigilance, isn't it? Oh, no. Oh, no, it was such a good run, too. Oh, no. Oh, no. Come on. Start releasing. Come on. Come on. It was such a good run. The silent vigilance got us. Someone's watching. Fix the bug, please. Oh, it was such a good run too. It was actually looking pretty much on a par with the 314. I was thinking we had a contender. Oh. I did say failures stay in. We've still got vigilance turned on too. Should probably turn it off because, you know, it doesn't work. Why did I pick the... Oh, no. Is that switching or is that slipping? Oh, no, it's okay. It's powering up again. Yeah. It switches from series to parallel and it drops the amps off when it does that. It was such a good run. We're coming up on the time of the 314 now, but I actually think this was probably a contender. I'm just going to have to keep whacking vigilance now so it doesn't take us out again. But at least I don't need to worry about braking for the corners up here because, you know, we're only doing 50 mile an hour. It'll be fine. But let's prepare and go up the back so we can watch it go through the points of evil. It's going to be hard putting the brakes on this, you know. I may resort to the button. The button. Alright, I think it's time to come off the power. And we are doing 66, so let's get a little bit of brakes on. Can't see how much that is because I'm not in there. Does feel like we're slowing down, we are. Because there's no chance I want to take these wagons through those points at really high speed, and there's no point to it now anyway. Alright, let's release. Release some more. Release some more. It's hard to tell how you're going when you're not in the cab, so... Yeah, we have released. Good. 50 miles an hour. We're coming up into the rough territory. Let's go back out the back. $47. It's probably going to be a little bit rough. Let's put a little bit of brakes on. See, freight trains just aren't made to do things like what passenger trains do. Through the double yellows. I don't know why there's no magnet there. Never seem to have to acknowledge it. 33 mile an hour at the end of the platform is probably okay. Yeah, the points are quite smooth and trouble-free. We'll keep this level of braking on. Let's see how we go. I think we're going to stop early, actually. But I don't want to take them off because it... Oh, no. That's comparable with the others. We'll take it. We'll take it. And we are coming up on 9 minutes. Wait for it to stop. And there we go. 0 miles an hour, 9 minutes, 54 seconds. The 20 was quicker. Right. But, you know, it actually would have been a really good contender if we hadn't had the silent vigilance bug take us out of contention. So, we need that fixed. I can't even remember who made the DRS-66. I can't remember where it comes from. There's too many trains to remember by an old man. All right, you know what time it is. We're at 54 minutes. I'm actually going to run slightly over my slot. Sorry, Alex. But it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Promise. Probably derail it anyway. 8:05. Here it comes, the Avero. And we want a loaded 5 car because that's about the same length as everything else we've been running. And boop, there it is. The 805. Do you know how many safety switches this thing's got? Look at them all. God. Anyway, I'm in a bit of a rush now. Sit down there. Master key in. Let's get our headlights done quickly. No. I've got too much delay on that key, clearly. Forwards, and we need to tell it we want diesel mode. And we want to start the engines. Did I hear them start? Yep, they've started. And pan down. Kabonk. Okay, good. Let's get a path and get ready to roll. Set path. Back over to platform 14. Over here somewhere. Come on. Come on. Come on. Right, there we go. And let us reset the timer and go. Power on. Party time. Party time. Oh, it is moving. Look at that. Off goes the cucumber slug. It only looks fast. Why does it sound like it's running in electric mode? She's a wobbly old unit, this one. I actually, I hope this wobbliness will get corrected because it is too wobbly. It's pacer wobbly. It's actually quite sickening, to be honest. And it's like, yep. But it's okay. It's a cucumber. We're almost at 60 mile an hour and we're not even out of the yard yet, so it's doing all right, you know. Minute and 6 seconds. We've come onto the circle proper now. And around we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. Do. I was just thinking to myself, am I allowed to use the 805 for this? But then again, it's fine. Ooh, I'm feeling a bad tremor in the force here. Oh, look at the way it wobbles. It's going to roll over. Oh, that carriage almost went. Brakes. You can't handle the speed. Right, we're going to have to slow this one down because she's not going to handle it. She almost went back there. Whoa. That was so close for that second last carriage then. That was so close. Yeah, she's handling this speed okay. So I get the impression the cucumber's not going to be much of a contender in this because she's too wobbly. Like a big bowl of cucumber-flavored jelly. See that? We just hit ourselves in the face with a bridge. It's pretty clever. Yeah, she's handling this speed. We'll give her a little bit. Let's get her back over 60 at least. 3 minutes in, we're not even at the bottom of the circle, or we're not far from it. To be a contender, I think it would have had to have hit the bottom of the circle at about 2 minutes 30, but yeah. We'll see how we go. Got that hard curve coming up, but I'm doing less than 60. I'm not going to decelerate at this point. Just keep the power on. We should watch from the rear. Ooh, that second last car worries me. Don't know how this is going to go through Topple City. Don't know if I want to keep the power on, to be honest. I think we're going to power off. Oh, made it. That's a sphincter whistle moment. Alright, back on the juice for a little while. That's 4 minutes and 9 seconds. She's not a contender. She's going to come off. That's all there is to it. She's just going to come off. She'd be like the 220. She'll arrive upside down in 3,741 pieces. So I think we'll stick below 70 mile an hour or we are going to lose it. Let's see how we go. 4 minutes, 34 seconds. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the 314 was quicker than this. And it's like a little rock. A little Scottish rock. It's just holding on like a limpet. I'm not going anywhere. Give it to me. I can hold on to anything, but not this. No, the big bowl of cucumber-flavoured jelly is struggling on the corners. Let's see how it goes on this one. Well, that one's okay. We're not at derail corner yet. That took the 220 out, though. Certainly can't do 3 times the speed limit in this thing, that's for sure. It's just going to go gablooey. Was this the corner that took the 220 out? I can't remember. Maybe. Let's watch. 220 was doing 100 mile an hour, in fairness. So, you know. Well, that looks okay, actually. Yeah, it looks okay. I think we can stick with this speed. I think that's going to cope. But we are coming into Death Central shortly. And we have to get through all those points. I'm going to have to slow down a bit. Ooh, didn't know this is where the 220 went out. Oh, wobbly, wobbly. Okay, let's come off the power completely into a little bit of braking, I think. Just a little bit more braking, or we're not going to get round this corner. I think we need to get it below 65, or we're not doing it. Ooh, I hate to think what the back looks like. We made it. We made it. Ooh, this one's going to be tight too. Doing 60 mile an hour though, surely. Surely this will stay on. Surely. Don't call me surely. Alright. I'm 2 minutes over my time slot. Sorry, Jan and Alex. We'll get to the end when we get there. An eternity later. I'm of two minds. Do I slow down or not? 6 minutes 46. We're not in contention, but it could beat the pacer. It could beat the pacer. It's as wobbly as a pacer. I think it's more wobbly, actually. 64 mile an hour. I'm game to keep this for the moment. Ooh, I don't want to look. I just don't want to look. But I think I need to start slowing down, or we are going to come a cropper on the points. Yes, let's get some brakes on. We're holding it. Okay, if we held it through there, can we hold it through the S-curve at 47 mile an hour? I don't know. We soon know. We soon know. Lots of brakes, because we're coming into the end of the platform at the other end of this train, and it has made it through the points, but will it hit the buffers? This feels okay, actually. I think I might even have to come off the brakes a little bit. Could regret that. No, it's not a terrible run. Alright, we'll let her come up to the light pole, which is about where everybody stops. And wait for 0 miles an hour now. And we will stop the clock, and I will tell you what the result is. 0 miles an hour, 8 minutes, 13 seconds. So, recapping. Got my bit of paper here. We had the 314 in 7 minutes 26, and we have a winner, the Scottish sporran wearing track gripping 314. We had the class 20 with the nuclear flasks do it in 9 minutes 30. We had the pacer bounce around the course in 8 minutes 28. And we had the 220 DQ'd because it tried to come in upside down, and we had the class 66 doing its magnificent best at 9 minutes 54, not exactly a speed demon. And then we had the 805 come in at 813. Yes, the 805, you let the 314 beat you. Well, that's it. I am a Terrain Simulator Driver. I hope you enjoyed this. Speed runs are a good thing to do. They're not serious in the slightest, and I'm sure there are people screaming at their screen that that was terrible, but that's okay. You're still here and you're still watching, and Greta says,
How dare you?
yep. Alrighty, enjoy yourselves, have fun, folks, and we shall see you later. Bye now.
We played a game.